Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Mr. Miracle, issue number 4. Now, Light Ray shows up at the apartment of Mr. Miracle and Big Barda, and it's like, hey man, High Father, meaning Orion, has decided that you need to be put under trial to see if you're a treasonous SOB. Well, eventually that trial happens, and shows up at the apartment. Not too big of a couch, but Light Ray is there after having gotten beaten the heck up by Big Barda. Oh, she should have hit him a couple more. Did you notice what he called her? How rude. You don't call her little anything. All of that aside. So there's also a sentinel there, which, come on, man. Come on, who's going to take down Big Barda? So anyway, they're sitting down, and they didn't get a cheese platter. They did get a nice veggie platter, though. All right, and they were going for the carrots, which bothers me because, like, the cauliflower is just so much healthier than the carrots. But, all that aside, they had a nice, tasty veggie platter. No comic book has ever made me want to get a veggie platter before. I want to get a veggie platter. I might have one for the podcast because I want a veggie platter now. Man, I've never seen a comic do that to me before. Anyway, so there we go. We have this trial, and it's this big true or false thing. And the problem is that not every statement can be answered. Although every statement should be answered with a true or false, it is also expected there should be an explanation because it depends on the context, and it depends on if it's a loaded question. Case in point, if I were to ask you, your mother has gotten out of jail, true or false? You can't answer, well, maybe you can't answer that without an explanation. Maybe you can't answer that with a true or false. So the idea that every statement needs to be answered with a true and false and doesn't need to be answered with an explanation is wrong on both counts. Because if your mother never went to jail, you can't answer that with a true or false. It's a loaded question. And unfortunately, that's what Orion was giving to Scott-Free. Loaded questions. And you can tell right from the beginning because he did this whole broke no nonsense thing. It's my responsibility to do the defense and prosecution and the judge. So I appoint all three of those. So I shall be all three. It's like, dude, come on, man. You don't think this extremist thing is a little anti-life equation? And then at the same time, it's also a little bit Orion. So whatevs. So this evil-faced son of a gun, after pretty much... I like to think that sometimes you don't necessarily, you can't provoke someone to punch you in the face. You can never really make someone punch you in the face. No one's ever really guilty of that. At the same time, Orion's got a very punchable face. So there's that. Scott-Free at one point punches him in the face so hard, actually knocks his helmet off. And I'm so proud of Scott because Scott is really about like Captain America level strong, if that. I know it's weird for one of the new gods, right? But he's not known for his strength. He's just not. So, like, Big Barda is the muscle, and boy, is she ever muscle. So, I thought this was actually really cool. Knocks him in the face, knocks him on his butt, knocks the helmet off of his face. Doesn't knock any sense into him, though. He should have just put his elbow into it a little bit more. Twist at the hips when you punch, dude. That's the trick. That's the trick of the 1-inch punch. Anyway, so... with the look of abject horror and surprise on his face, Orion says, yeah, you're guilty. Now, I can't contain you because you escape from traps. That's what you do. But you're going to come to my throne room in 3 days, and you're going to present yourself for execution. Wow. Now, here's the thing. I feel bad. Not for Scott-Free, not for Barda, not even for Orion. I feel bad for all the other comic books that come out this week because I feel like none of them have a single chance to become the A+ pick of the week. And that's, of course, exactly what this comic book is getting. It deserves nothing else. Every single issue of this comic book so far. And we've still got 8 more to go. My God. And what was in that box? What was in that package? They got a special delivery. What's it? It's probably the microphone. It might be a microphone, and they're recording right now. But it also said this way up. So it might have actually been a mother box so that they could make their own escape really quick. I don't know. Like, Barda isn't the whole, super plan things out, tactical, strategic type person, but Mr. Miracle is. In every way, shape, and form and sense of the imagination. He absolutely is. So, yeah, that's, wow. I need to know what's in the box. What's in the box? So, yeah, I'm impressed. And I can't wait to keep reading this series. Oh, my God. This is going to be the greatest trade paperback ever. Ever. All right, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.